I think we're live. Oh my god, it just repositioned the whole camera. Hold the hand out. There we go. We're pausing it. Let's get some love in the chat. I just need to actually add some Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland. MCU. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Avengers. Movie news. Movie reactions. Trailer reaction. Andrew Garfield. He's trending. Zendaya. Just updating my hashtags. So it'll just waiting for people to come in. Let's hope people come in and show the love. This very rare occasion I'm live, last minute live, and some big news has just dropped. Obviously, I do want to start out with something a little bit somber, because we have had some bad news today. Some very, very sad news. Oh God, actually breaks my heart. You just think some people live forever, don't you? You do. But obviously, the great James Earl Jones, known for the voice of Darth Vader, Mufasa, countless other roles, live action, on stage, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 93. What a life. What can I say? His voice is just forever in our heads, especially as Darth and Simba. Is it Simba? Sorry, Mufasa. It's Mufasa. See, I'm not the biggest Lion King fan. You can probably tell. No, I do. I love Lion King. I cry every time I watch it. I'm not even going to lie. You choke up and everything. But James Earl Jones, man, has left us at 93 years old. What a voice. What a man. Just incredible. And he's going to be missed. He'll live on through film. And, yeah, no one can beat that man's voice. So rest in peace to James Earl Jones. Absolutely stellar career and a stellar life. Lots of thoughts, lots of love to his family. Really sad news. Really, really sad. Looks like we're still waiting on some people. But this is huge, man. This is massive news that's just come in. And I'm not willing to talk about it just yet because I want people to, come into the chat and talk about it. But the first thing we need to do is get some copyright-free chill music. Where's copyright-free? Copyright-free chill radio. There we go. Easy peasy. Ooh. I hope that volume's not too loud. I want it a bit there though, just a little bit. To set the mood. Set the mood for this big announcement. And we have one viewer. God, this is too sexy. Hey. Do you come here a lot? Do you like Marvel movies? Do you like the MCU? Let's change that. Oh God. All right, I'm just gonna get into it because I've got to go to bed soon. It's like 10:20 at night, and I've got work tomorrow, so I've got a long week ahead of me. But we've got more videos, more content, more lives coming up very soon. But here is the big news. Spider-Man 4 has found its director. Just pause that. Spider-Man 4 has found its director in Destin Daniel Cretton. Yes! Yes! Now, the reason I'm really happy about this is if you don't know who Destin Daniel Cretton is, and I'm just going to call him Mr. Cretton now. Mr. Cretton. I think that's how you pronounce it, by the way. But he is responsible for a Marvel movie I really, really loved when it first came out. And I haven't actually rewatched since, but it's still one of my favourite sort of origin Marvel films since Iron Man. And that film is Shang-Chi. He directed Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi was really successful in terms of people loving the film. I really liked this film, and it was in that weird age where Marvel was kind of like, right, what do we do after Endgame and everything? And to be honest, I was a bit like lost within the Marvel sphere. I loved WandaVision and so on, but Shang-Chi pulled me right back in. I really enjoyed it. I loved this character. I loved this world. I know it's the same world, but you know what I mean. And yeah, just great film. Fantastic action scenes, which I'll show off in a minute. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with this choice. I'm really happy. I think John Watts did a brilliant job with the 3 films. But man, that man was tired. That John Watts was tired after doing that third Spider-Man. Even on the press tour, even on the premiere, I remember watching the premiere live, and they do interviews on the carpets and that. He just looked, the lights were on, but nobody was home. There was just no one there. And I felt sorry for him because he worked day and night on that film. And I think he's one of those directors that loves to work closely with his creatives, the VFX artists, the editors, the sound editors, everything. And I do think they nailed the film down at the last hurdle. I think literally the day before the premiere. That's just my thinking. Like nothing's confirmed or anything. But John Watts, I think, did a stellar job, and he completely has the right to call it a day. And he was going to direct Fantastic Four. That was a couple of years ago now, when it was announced he was going to do it. Because you got to get that Marvel bag. Like Hugh Jackman in Deadpool Wolverine, you got to get that Marvel bag. It's too good. But I do think he wanted to concentrate more on his own stuff, and having the overlords of Marvel breathing down your neck, especially Mr. Kevin Feige, and in this case Amy Pascal, who is not great, is a hard one. Because you want to be creative, you want to do new things, but you're restrained by the Marvel Cinematic Universe, basically. There are people that want a certain vision brought to life. And John Watts, I think he created a great Spider-Man from Tom Holland's. Obviously, he wasn't the first director to do Spider-Man. That was the Russo brothers. And I think they included him in Civil War nicely, but maybe a bit rushed. I would have loved to see Homecoming as its own thing without Spider-Man being included in Civil War. But, the story of Peter Parker in the MCU, it works really well. And I'm just moving back because my camera loves to scan my hand and start tracking me. But I think Tom Holland's Peter Parker is one of the best. And his Spider-Man, I think it's great. I think it's really, really good. But I'm very excited for Destin, Mr. Cretton, directing Spider-Man, because we'll get scenes like this. We'll get action scenes like this, which I was really blown away by the directing of them, and I'm sure we'll get more into it in a minute. There we go. Yeah. That music's good as well.
You okay?
Why did he sound British, man? But no, this is a good example of fantastic choreography and great directing as well in terms of action scenes. I mean, maybe not this shot, but the phone's not even matching what's going on in the background. I rest my case. I don't want this guy to direct Spider-Man anymore. But the stunts and everything in this film were fantastic. I think the bus crash especially. There we go. Just some great stuff. And then this is where the camera gets cool. Oh, maybe not this bit. I am hoping we get Spider-Man at street level. I do, but I don't think it's going to happen because it starts filming next year, and that's what's been confirmed so far. Is that Spider-Man 4 starts filming next year? It sounds like a script is slightly in place, but let's read the article from the Hollywood Reporter because I haven't actually read this yet. So, Spider-Man 4 finds its director in Destin Daniel Cretton. Tom Holland will be back under the mask for Marvel's Sony collaboration. The filmmaker behind Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is in talks to sign on to direct Spider-Man 4. The movie brings an end to speculation of who would spin the web for one of the biggest franchises in Hollywood. Cretton will bring fresh blood to this iteration of Spider-Man, which stars Tom Holland, and is co-production between two separate studios, Sony and Disney and Marvel Studios, and will make him the fourth director to take on Spidey solo feature. John Watts directed the previous three Holland starring movies, whilst Mark Webb helmed the two Amazing Spider-Man movies. God, the downfall of Mark Webb is just so sad, man. He is like coming back though, so that's nice because I loved 500 Days of Summer, and when they announced he was doing Spider-Man, I was really excited, but it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. And then Sam Raimi directed the trilogy that featured Tobey Maguire. I am betting you Marvel approached Sam Raimi to do the new trilogy, or this film at least. I just have a feeling, because I don't like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't think it's a good movie. But oh my god, it's a well-directed movie. Like, it's really, really good visually. And it would have been cool seeing Sam Raimi add his Raimi stamp to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but wasn't to be. Sony and Marvel had no comment. I think this confirms it. The Holland Spider-Man movie grew into $1 billion franchise with Spider-Man No Way Home, enticing pandemic-weary audiences out of their homes and grossing almost $2 billion after it was released in December 2021. My brother, who is 14 years old now, he's nearly 15, he was saying, you know, when that Spider-Man film came out, best time to be alive. And I was like, dude, you've got so many other films coming out for you. I've got less now as I near the age of 30. But he loved that time. Talking of the script, Chris McKenna and Eric Summers are back on script duties, while Marvel head Kevin Feige and former Sony head Amy Pascal are producing. Sources say that Spider-Man 4 is running, not crawling, full steam ahead, and will shoot early next year. So it sounds like they're going to start shooting in April next year, most likely. And this is when my camera stutters for no reason, even though I spent nearly £300 on this camera. But you know, that's just technology. It's great. It's unclear what the story will be, as No Way Home ended with the world forgetting that teenager Peter Parker was the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That memory wipe included those closest to him, including Zendaya, who no longer even know who Peter is. In June 2023, Holland told the Hollywood Reporter that he and the producers had recently undergone a series of meetings on a potential fourth installment. I think Holland's going to get a producer credit, or an exec producer credit for this one, to kind of sweeten the deal, so they don't have to pay him too much more. I think that's going to be the plan. The first few meetings were about why would we do this again, and I think we found the reason why. It's because it's because Doctor Doom's coming, baby. and he's played by Robert Downey Jr. That's why we're going to do it, and it's going to be based on Battleworld. I mean, that's the rumor. That's the rumor of the day. That it's this film is going to be taking place in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Doomsday obviously supposedly ends with the creation of Battleworld, where the Spider Society will live on. So it will be another multiversal film. But I'm hoping, because they want to rush this out, I'm really hoping they get the Spider-Man film out before Doomsday. Just before Doomsday. I don't know if they will though, but that would be great. So we can get that street level Spider-Man that we've all wanted. And that was teased at the end of the last film. Don't be teasing us for that stuff. But, like I said in my Marvel video, I do understand why they'd go the multiversal direction. Again, it works in No Way Home. It's worked for the other movies, Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's also worked for non-MCU projects like Spider-Verse. Like, Spider-Verse is huge because the multiversal aspect works. It does. People love cameos. That's just the truth. Cretton is popular in the Marvel fold. His Shang-Chi is considered a highlight in the post-Avengers Endgame phase of movies. Yeah, like I said, it reeled me back in. I was very, very intrigued what was going on. And he was on board to direct the mega-budget Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, but dropped off last November amid that the project's changing production schedule and evolution stemming from Jonathan Majors' assault trial. Jonathan Majors is a piece of shit. Let's just all say that together. Are you ready? Jonathan Majors is a piece of shit. Lovely. Marvel has always wanted to find another feature for him. His nabbing the gigs, Spidey gig is also a vote of confidence on his work on Wonder Man, Marvel Television's Disney Plus series that starts Yahya Abdul Mateen II. That's the guy that plays, what is his name in Aquaman? Black Manta. And that is in post-production currently. We haven't seen anything for Wonder Man. I'm very surprised by that. I think due to the strikes, production was shut down on it, so it's been very delayed. And that's why it's not been revealed at D23 and everything. All these other things have been. But this is great. I'm really, really looking forward to this Spider-Man film. I think he's going to do a great job. I'm wary of what the story is, because the story could just be another multiversal adventure, which I'd love, but I do want to see that Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, working within the city, basically, in the depths of New York and all that. I do want to see that, because I'm kind of missing that from Spider-Man. And we've been missing it for a while, even since Amazing Spider-Man 2 days. We've not been getting that Spider-Man. I feel like the last time I saw Tom Holland Spider-Man swinging around New York was the end of Far From Home, having that spectacle moment, those montage moments of Spidey swinging is just incredible, even to this day, even with all that CGI. But yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton is the director of Spider-Man 4. This is exciting. People have been speculating for ages who it's going to be, and one of my favorite things about this director is that he hasn't actually done that much before Shang-Chi, was director credits. So he did Just Mercy, The Glass Castle, Short Term 12. He did all these nice little projects and everything, and then he just got Shang-Chi. It was just whoa. And oh yeah, I know this film. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. Yeah. So good on him. I a lot of people say, God, imagine being offered to direct Spider-Man. Of course I take it. I don't think it's that easy, because I think how it happens with these Marvel meetings, you're brought in, they're saying, look, this is what the story's shaping up to be currently. What would you do to change it, influence it? What beats would you remove, add? I think there's a lot of conversations like that happening at Marvel now, because especially just with everything going on, and also the success of Deadpool and Wolverine that has grossed over $1 billion. Marvel is just rethinking its strategy all over again. And I think that's, the proof in the pudding is the Avengers announcement with Robert Downey Jr., because they've gone, right, everyone can accept cameos and returns and everything. So let's bring RDJ as Victor Von Doom from another universe. Let's make that clear. talking to just people that aren't following this sort of stuff, that are just kind of like general audiences, and just check out some of the Marvel films and television shows. One of my friends, my best mate, he was like, "Why is Robert Downey Jr. playing a different character? Or is he a different character? Is he Tony Stark?" I'm like, no, I explain it. I have to do my usual. Well, actually, he's playing a variant of Victor Von, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, but I'm sure the film will explain it perfectly. So yeah, I'm it's weird that we're getting a Spider-Man 4 finally. Like, we haven't had a Spider-Man 4 forever. Like, we've not had a Spider-Man 4. So with the fact we're getting a fourth film in the Marvel / Sony Spider-Man universe is incredible. Like, I mean, they could do a Tobey Maguire. they could do the Sam Raimi Spider-Man and have literally an interview about Spider-Man 4 like 2 days before it's cancelled, and Sony announced we're rebooting it and Andrew Garfield's being cast and everything. That's one of the craziest videos, because I remember this video came out. I was like, great, Spider-Man 4's happening, and now it's not. So it's like it's crazy this video exists. There it is.
Spider-Man, I love that people are having a collective escapist experience in mass. It's
4 days before it's cancelled.
That's fun. It's fun to be a part of that.
Sorry, my YouTube's being
joy for people.
Do you sneak into the back of the theaters and watch them have fun?
I have. I remember on the first Spider-Man, a bunch of us like took a bus and rode around and went to a couple of theaters and watched for pieces of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's fun. It was fun to do that, and it's been fun to do that. And also the experiences I've had with brothers, where they're both substantial, but this in a different way. All of that stuff is certainly satisfying. Yeah.
He did not want to do that full film.
And does doing the 2 pictures in between prepare you to jump back into the giant machinery of doing a 4th movie?
Yeah, it's great. And
to change your perspective, is it different going in, or?
Well, it's always.
He was literally stressing out there.
Prepare you to jump back into the giant machinery of doing a 4th movie?
Yeah, it's great. And
to change your perspective, is it different going in, or?
Well, it's always different. I mean, each movie's different. We evolve as people. Right. All of that. At the same.
No words. He knew it was over.
Time. There are certain dynamics and relationships that have continuity. Sam and myself, Sam Raimi, the director, and we have a certain banter or dynamic that's fun and funny, and I love collaborating with him. So there's some familiarity that I really love, and also I like the new. And okay, how do we press this? How do we make it more exciting, more fun? How do we evolve the character and make it a rich story, and how do I make it interesting for myself to go do something else, so yeah, I appreciate that too. I have fun with those movies.
So yeah, if Tom Holland comes out of a video like that, I'm just like, it's over. It's Jova. It's completely over. Oh dear, I don't know what my computer is doing. What are you doing? There we go. But it's great. It's great news. I'm really happy with the direction. I really am. It's just the story. That's all that matters. If they've given this guy a hard story to work with, good luck to him. But I know he's got the action scenes down. I know he's got that chemistry down. My thoughts on Zendaya returning as MJ. I kind of hope not. I kind of want a new love interest. I feel like, Peter nearly got the girl, and he loses her in the last second, and it's heartbreaking. And he decides collectively not to pursue, not to get her to remember who he was. And I think you should leave it there for now, and cast a new love interest. But Zendaya is just so popular, She is, like, there's no doubt. Like, she's huge at the moment. She's in Challengers. She's gonna be doing another Euphoria. I don't know if they are, to be honest. But, you know, she's huge, like, huge everywhere. So, I want a new character. I want a Gwen Stacy or Betty Brown. Well, we've got Betty, don't we? She goes to school with him. But that's the other thing. Like, how does, you know, the college sort of side of it could be really, really interesting. And we've seen it before, obviously, in the Raimi films. And did we ever see it in Amazing Spider-Man? No, he just graduated, didn't he? That was one of the biggest mistakes they made with that franchise, that version of the franchise, was, you know, advertising the first film, being like, yeah, we're gonna have him go to high school, and that's what's gonna be so different. And in the second film, he graduates. It's like, what are you doing? I didn't know it's because Andrew Garfield looked 30 already, so and Emma Stone especially. But again, it's just like, you know, with Tom Holland, they finished the school year, like they've finished that high school year, the high school years. So the college aspect's going to be really interesting. And what I do want to see them do, although it might be controversial, is flip the style of the Spider-Man films. It's just, don't do what's been done with the other three. That was John Watts' style. That was the MCU original style of Spider-Man. So again, £300 camera and the frame rate dies for some reason. So yeah, it's a weird one, because I want to see something different. I want to feel something different watching the Spider-Man. This is a new Peter Parker as well. This is not the same Peter Parker. Oh, this bloody camera. This is not the same Peter Parker we had going forward. And it's going to be interesting to know where he is, because I'm assuming the next time we see Peter is in this film, or in Avengers Doomsday. I don't really understand the order. When is Doomsday coming out, actually? '26. So yeah, I mean, 1st of May 2026. No, they can't make a Spider-Man film come out before then. That's not going to happen. God, they should have nailed this. They should have nailed this down. It's actually quite upsetting they didn't. But yeah, that's how it goes. Hi. You right? I know. It's sad. My wife just came in and just told me about James Earl Jones dying. I'd forgotten for about 2 minutes there, and she's just ruined my night. But with that, done half an hour talking about this news. Not James Earl Jones, but we started with that. But yeah, so that's the director of Spider-Man 4. See what happens. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. If you're rewatching, make sure you like the video, subscribe, do all that. Helps me out. And yeah, look out for some more content coming soon to a YouTube near you. Take care. Bye-bye.